VPs? Welcome back to the channel, Sons of Anarchy, Season 4, Episode number 4. And damn, this feels like one of those breaking points. They just voted on doing the deal with the drug cartel. Some of the old folks are very unhappy. Piney's very unhappy. Bobby's very unhappy. And Clay is in a really bad mood because people are kind of questioning him. They're like pushing back on him. Him and Jax had a discussion about like, hey, Jax, if you're going to be in on this, Jax is like, you're going to fulfill my retirement plan as well, and you're going to let me out when you're done, and then you're going to put Opie in as president. But he also, Clay made the promise to Bobby that he'd put him in the spot, which I think Bobby actually would make a lot of sense, though.
No, I know, but he's given his word to everybody.
Clay makes a lot of promises, and this feels like the club's been through a lot through these like 3.5 seasons. We're not even through halfway on this season yet. But the club has been through so much to this point. But this feels like one of those things that could completely splinter them and just ruin the relationships. And like drugs, it feels like such a big problem to bring that into the club. And even like Jax doesn't agree with it. But he has that out now. He made that deal with Clay.
Yeah.
I know we mentioned the idea of like someone trying to kill, basically assassinate Clay, and I know that goes against the rules of the charter. But you know what? That didn't stop Piney from walking in the club. I don't know what season that was and trying to shoot him.
I feel like it was season 2.
Yeah, I think it was 2 when they were having all their problems.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where, I mean, it's happened before. I don't know why it would not happen again. And someone would try to take him out. If things got like enough like this, I don't know where they go from here and how they could be on the same page and work together to do this really crazy shit that they're doing when so many of them are not on board with what they're doing.
Right.
It's rare to see Clay beefing with the older guys, and the fact that him and Jax are on the same page is probably a really weird thing for the guys to see because they're usually the ones who are clashing.
And it's probably a bad sign.
Yeah. So they're really observant and they're very aware of what's going on with the relationships and all that stuff. So I'd have to imagine the fact that Jax would vote yes on this proposal, considering a lot of the guys know where it's coming from. I would have to imagine they know that there's something going on. Right. There's some kind of behind the scenes deal that these guys made and had a talk or whatever. But I mean, I'm fascinated to see where they go from here because again, this feels like something that could really fuck up their relationships. It could like break, like brothers, like when you're like legit brothers, like brothers fight. It happens. Best friends fight. Like you get into arguments, you have disagreements, and you have these moments. But sometimes there's line crossers, and this feels like one of those line crossers. The fact that Clay brought this to the club. I mean, he made the deal without the vote because I don't think you go back on the cartel once you've already made the deal regardless of the vote.
You can't.
So I think they knew that they were in regardless if there was a vote or not because
Bobby knew.
I mean, MC or not, badass club, badass bikers, whoever you are, I don't think they're badder than the cartel. No. At least from our experiences of cartel and stuff that we've seen.
Cartel shows, just a little bit.
There's been a bunch of them. So it just feels like a giant mess. It feels like a lot of these relationships are going to be in really bad places. And one relationship that was doing so well up until, like, again, this season feels like it tore everything apart from season 3.
Yeah.
Where everyone was so tight and on the same page working together. It feels like things have essentially crumbled again this season. The Tara and Gemma relationship feels like it's in a bad spot because Gemma found this little note
Are you
from
hiding
Maureen.
Stuff from me?
Yeah. And just the idea that potentially
Awkward.
Jax might know some stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that when Gemma gets in like Mama Bear mode and she needs to protect stuff, she is horrifying. She is so scary because we've seen it before.
Gemma gonna Gemma.
Yeah, she'll do whatever it takes to protect things. And this is probably the biggest thing. Like, this information cannot get out. Jax cannot find out this information. And I feel like if it does, it causes absolute even more mayhem in the relationships that are currently built right now. And it just, there's nothing worse than being betrayed by someone as close as your mom and your, stepdad, essentially. But, I mean, this situation, I don't know how far Gemma's going to take this with Tara. I am scared for Tara.
Yeah.
Like, she's been in so many crazy positions, and the fact that she has this information in these letters from Maureen, and the fact that Gemma knows, like, I'm horrified.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah, it's just very scary. And
she tucked away the copy, either the original or the copy.
Yeah, I don't know which one she buried.
In the storage unit.
So, I mean, Tara's obviously doing her due diligence there to protect, and I think she's smart enough to not have that conversation with Jax, to not reveal this stuff. But
yeah, that might be bad.
On the flip side, the two of them, I mean, they've had a roller coaster ride of a relationship too. They always talk about like full brutal honesty. I don't know if this classifies as like, hey, I got this info. It was in your bag. I found it. I'm hiding it. Your mom found them. There's drama.
Maybe after he gets out.
Yeah, I mean...
If he gets out?
Yeah, I mean, if Tara survives this situation, there's just so much, and just take all of that, and something this show loves to do, just throwing shit on their plate. We've got this new authority in town, we've got people investigating them, and watching them very closely, and it feels like there's going to be a lot of problems there as well, and the whole thing... I felt really bad for Juice this last episode, too. Because
why does Juice always get shit on?
Yeah, I mean, going back and seeing some of the earlier stuff from like season 2, he's always being put in the worst spots, and the fact that dude would try to use his background, like Jax, I know for a fact wouldn't give a fuck. I don't think these dudes would care who Juice's parents are, what his lineage is. The dude has earned his place. He is friggin' blood, sweat, and tears for this friggin' club. I don't think any of that will matter, but this isn't a good thing. That He's in a bad spot. He feels vulnerable. He's scared. The threats feel legitimate. And yeah, I hate watching him be put in these really shitty positions.
Same.
And this isn't like one of those funny ones where you can like laugh it off later. Mm-hmm. This is one of those like, oh shit, what's going to happen? How's this going to play out? But I mean, we're 3 episodes in. This is episode 4. This season has already been absolutely nuts. You ready to check out this episode?
Yes.
Let's go.
It was 6'5", now 5'4".
6'5". 11 members, not 9.
Morning.
Morning.
What are you writing?
Just jotting some things down.
What kinds of things? My badass biker's journaling?
Hey, you see my dad's journals, right?
When are you back?
Couple days.
You're really going down there for a bike show?
You want to know more?
It's too early.
What happened?
Too much sun.
Don't fucking touch me, dude.
Yeah,
oh, damn, she's got like, oh.
They had a little issue too last episode.
Well, he's a piece of shit for doing that.
Because even Gemma's like, we don't do drugs. He's like, you don't tell me what we do. Alright, Clay. Oh.
Son of a biatch, dude.
You think she enjoys like doing that to him now?
Maybe. Fucker.
He's like, oh, wiggle it a little. Does that hurt?
Touch the bone. Right into the bone.
That would be really mean.
Opie and Kozik headed up north. They should be back before us. You okay?
Yeah.
No.
Hell no.
I might have asked this question before, but the fact that we just saw Clay get another shot in his hand, is that a really common thing for bikers because of like the constant like...
Is that kind of like carpal tunnel? This doesn't look sus at all.
Like if you had eyes on them and were trying to like bust them,
yeah,
wouldn't this type of scenario be one where you're like, let's pull them over, just damn. They're really putting focus on that this episode.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine getting a needle. Like
No.
There's certain spots where you're like,
yeah.
Jab me, no problem. But
if you've ever had ingrown toenail surgery when they have to like stab your toe in the top of it,
once.
No.
That was horrible. There's certain spots I just don't want to be stabbed with the needle.
Prez. Welcome to the border, brother. Thanks, man.
Arizona charter.
Wait.
Redwood,
See ya, Huff.
having trouble with the grip?
Nah, perfect.
Really sorry about Lil Paul. Wish we could have made the funeral.
Yeah, man. Condolences.
Yeah, thanks. Awful shit.
He's been in all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, love that guy.
Romeo tomorrow at the expo.
Sam Taz, ready to protect and serve.
You sure the truck's good here tonight?
Absolutely. No cops, no scumbags. Everyone knows we run it.
As a fight breaks out.
I was like, ooh, I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, Tig.
Jesus Christ.
Tick probably likes it.
What is it?
Crank. This what he's behind on?
You dealing here?
Ain't a risk. We own the spot.
That's a truck filled with automatic weapons, douchebag. A life sentence for everyone involved. You have us roll up on your goddamn crank den?
What? Coke, crank. You mule, we sell. Same shit.
Shit.
Shut it down.
Sorry, Esther. Not your call.
Oh, damn. Ugh.
So Clay doesn't get to make that decision as like one of the OGs?
Apparently not.
Like being the Redwood president, that doesn't get you... That seemed like there was a little bit of like friction there with them. They didn't seem like they were really like...
Well, basically, don't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad.
There was a lot of focus in that open.
Oh my god, about his hands.
Clay's hand.
And his grip.
Multiple shots, his handshake. Someone calling out his handshake. Like, grip all right? Oh, perfect. That's definitely going to be a big story.
Yeah, I ain't telling you how to run your charter, but the club has precedent.
Well, SAMCRO went all in with the cartel. Now that sends a message to the charter.
We don't deal. That's always been the message.
Come on, Clay. That's bullshit, man. You can't draw that line.
We just voted this shit in. That truck right back there. How long you been dealing?
Voted it in 4 months ago. Been up and running about 3. This town is drying up, Clay. I'm just trying to keep this charter alive, man.
We would have never brought you into this if we knew you were cooking.
You don't want to use us? Fine. We're the closest charter to the border. Anybody else is a 2-day ride.
You know, we're paying Sam Taz a good fee for running protection down here.
SAMCRO's the only charter getting rich off the cartel.
Sorry, guys. Romeo's waiting. We gotta go.
It's constant conflict and drama.
Like the whole Reggie turn in his patch. Dude had 18 years.
Little Paul was a sponsor. When he got killed, just broke him up, man.
You got out before the crank vote?
Almost 5 months ago.
Close vote?
It was. Now everyone's behind him now.
What about you?
4 kids, mano. Ain't got a choice.
That's interesting that they flip their picture upside down
Yeah.
when they are out.
Can I help you?
You sell Mariposa lily bulbs.
I don't have any in stock, but I can get some.
I just keep dying. I think it might be too much sun.
Bring one in, I'll take a look at it.
Gemma,
Rita,
nice to meet you.
likewise.
Chucky.
Hello.
This fucking guy, dude.
I know. Be like Happy Gilmore, like crunches it all off.
It's just like...
How's it going with the gardens?
Not so good. We don't raise another 80,000 in the next 3 weeks, it's gone.
Let me guess. More retail feed for Charming Heights.
Yeah, most likely.
I wouldn't let the mayor see that sign. He might fire your husband.
Just imagine what he'd do if he knew I was the one who started that committee. We're having a big fundraiser next week.
I like these two. Sassy.
I take it you know who I am?
Yeah.
Don't ever go into someplace saying that. Like, don't you know who I am?
I mean, they know who each other are.
Gold Circle Club.
That's for premium donors. Minimum $5,000 donation. Gold Circle's mostly professionals. Helps us attract the right donors.
Being a biker's old lady would what? Attract the wrong kind of donors?
I honestly don't care who you are. If you really want to help, the door is open. But if you're just here to rattle my cage, I don't have the time, love.
All right, love. I'll come back with my dead bulbs.
I loved that interaction.
Rita is fantastic.
Shame about the gardens.
Yeah.
I seriously hope the clock ticks out on Charming Heights.
Like, who are you?
What clock would that be?
Well, if Hale doesn't lock down investors by the end of the quarter, eminent domain vote goes back to the city council. They could shut it all down.
Really? Do I know you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Nick Stackhouse, worked for the zoning department.
Gemma Teller.
Thanks for the light, Jim.
I said Gemma, not Gem.
I've been thinking about this crank move. Armando said they passed the vote 4 months ago. That's right after little Paul was killed and Reggie quit.
You think that has something to do with this drug?
Oh, they killed Paul, didn't they?
Paul would have never signed off on crank.
And Reggie was a lifer. And walking away doesn't make any sense.
I know, it's worth tracking down Reggie. Ask him why he quit.
Let's go find Reggie. We gotta shut this crank thing down.
I mean, it's definitely suspicious that a lifer is out.
Yeah.
And one of your guys dies right before this vote.
Yep. 18 years. That's a long time.
Armando's right. Muling and dealing, same goddamn thing.
Not the place, blessed.
Not the same.
Oh, shit.
Poor Bobby.
I'm very nervous for him.
Where's El Jefe?
He doesn't like being watched. We got a tail. Auto detailing van, 3 o'clock.
Let's all turn around.
I know, everybody look all together.
Be some local shit, man. It's got nothing to do with our business. We'll handle it.
You better. Call when it's clear.
Oh, hell no.
We got a tail. Sooner we lose them, sooner the Mexicans feel safe.
You sure your grip can handle this?
Get on your bike.
Don't tell me what to do.
I mean, it's so obvious. What do you think of the denim cuts? Do you like those?
I just don't think they look as nice as the leather cuts.
They just look more old school. Piney wears one.
He does. He does.
Everyone else is the black leather. Piney wears the denim.
Sounds like real OG. Oh, God. Uh-oh. No. Something bad is going to happen. Something bad. Because he can't hold on to it. God, what a waste.
He's not going to
gas.
let another Prez, like, show him up. Wow, they got a very interesting plan.
Oh my God, they're going to blow it up? They're going to blow it up? Oh shit, yeah. Oh shit, yeah. Oh shit, yeah. Oh!
Heads up.
You're not going nowhere, bud.
What?
How are you going to get... Is there a way around this?
It's one way to lose a tail. Just have a giant explosion and set the friggin' desert on fire.
A little bit. Oh God, his face. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Get in the back. It's all right.
Never pegged you for an animal lover, Reg.
What do you want?
Just want to say hello, man. Missed you and Sam Taz.
I'm out. Good standing. Ink's all black.
Why'd you walk away?
None of your business.
Oh, very defensive.
No!
That's not cool.
Weeks after little Paul was killed, Sam Taz passed a crank vote. That have anything to do with why you patched out?
Hey, Tig, you in the mood for some stew?
Yeah.
No. No.
House and Pfefferman. All right.
Oh my God, no.
Huff found out I was banging little Paul's old lady. Huff kept it quiet, said he didn't want to ruin Paul's marriage. Paul and I got word there was a cookhouse out on Copperhead, shook down the skinheads who were running it, found out Huff and Benny had set it up, used the club's weight to get it done, and nobody at the table had any idea that it was happening. And then we get a call from Huff and Benny saying little Paul had been gunned down by Mexican bangers.
When you threatened to out him, Huff played the leverage.
Huff said he was gonna tell the gang that I was banging Ellen. I'd be drummed out, Ellen get shunned, no compensation, nobody look out for her.
Damn, dude.
That was awful.
I walked away.
Yeah, well, once you and Lil Paul were gone, I voted it in legit.
I don't want this getting back to the club.
Can't make that promise.
Shit.
You remember those questions you were asking me a few months back about John? Then you said you read something. What was it?
Well, you shut me down when I tried to tell you. What do you want to know now?
Club is headed into troubled waters, and maybe something of whatever you read helps me to keep the boat from rocking too much.
Oh, it'll just rock it even more.
I want to read whatever it is. John was my friend. I have a right.
Bullshit.
Oh.
What do you need it for?
Tara knows.
Can't tell you.
Then neither can I.
Hey,
Oh,
I need some goddamn leverage. And that pointed history you read, maybe.
Oh, sorry.
You know, most civil people would knock before entering.
I'm not most people.
And she's definitely not civil.
Want to sign you up for a committee. Charming Central Gardens. Need to raise money to save it. Just need your name. Means a lot to get a doctor involved.
I can't. What's your angle on this? What do you give a shit about an overgrown park?
Nate taught me how to plant seed in that overgrown park. I am not going to let him gut it and put up a goddamn Starbucks.
It's Piney. Something wrong.
What? What?
I don't like that.
We should be gearing up for the night.
Meet Akey, skinhead meth cook. About 5 months ago, little Paul and Reggie found out Akey here was cooking for Huff and Benny.
What?
He told his crew it's a Sam Taz drug operation. Ain't that right?
His bullshit. We took a vote.
Yeah, after you killed little Paul and blackmailed Reggie out of the club.
Oops. Oops.
I'm accusing the VP and the sergeant of using the MC to their own ends. And then when they got caught, they killed the member.
This sounds oddly familiar.
Yeah.
This guy's a goddamn tweaker.
Yeah, but this guy's not.
Reg has the whole story.
Now, it's your charter, man. Listen to the facts, you make your decision. But if you find out that your club got into crank on a lie, you need to vote it again.
I'm not listening to this shit.
Sit down, Huff.
You gonna listen to his bullshit?
I said sit down.
Uh-oh. Aggressive and defensive. That's not a good look, bud.
Bitch.
Oh. How's that grip now, huh?
Handle your business. We'll be at the truck stop.
I mean, that shit was way too obvious. They figured it out like that.
Yeah.
Dude, Piney, what happened?
Can I get out of here now?
Dr. Geller wants to keep you in for 24 hours.
It's my oxygen levels. It happens once in a while. It's not...
The alcohol isn't helping.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I was so hard on you before.
How can you be mad at Piney? You can't.
It's very difficult to just be mad at him.
Tell me about John Teller. What was he like?
He's a complicated guy. He was angry and impulsive. Righteous as hell. Hated being wrong. Not much of an education. Book smart, though. I used to devour 3 and 4 of them at a time.
That's good.
Loyal. Too loyal.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, they're cut from the same cloth. You know what I want to know? Why my best friend was afraid when he died.
I found some of JT's old letters. He was trying to get the club out of the gun business. He knew it was a risk. Clay and the others were invested.
Trying to get him out how?
From what I read, he had set up a meeting in Belfast with some IRA members and a priest.
Kellen Ashby.
John wanted to end the relationship with the Irish, stop the club from selling guns. He was killed before that meeting happened.
Yeah.
And Gemma, right on cue.
Like,
dude, she's like wired, like tapped into everything.
I know.
Like
She's
her
so
timing
good.
is like way too convenient. Oh, you don't hurt him,
I
please.
know. Don't look at Piney like that.
What you doing, old man? What do you want with Tara?
She's just helping me grow old gracefully.
I know you're bumping up against Clay. Bullshit you fed me the other day.
It wasn't bullshit. It was the truth. You all just refused to look at it.
Well, whatever truth you think Tara can tell you, it's only gonna make things worse.
Can't get any worse.
Back off it, Piney.
Oh, it can.
Leave it alone.
Oh, no.
Before it kills you.
Oh.
Like John.
It's half the reason I'm doing it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This shit is like when Gemma's beefing with people, like, and she has no fear to just threaten people's lives.
Lost a third of my goddamn club.
Take another vote on the crank?
Yeah, passed. Sorry.
Are you shitting me?
Guys got a taste of the money, Clay. It was unanimous. We'll arrange another depot to line the truck. And I'll make damn sure the crank don't get in the way. You got my word.
Wow. I mean, that's what happens. You get comfy with some dough, and...
Not a goddamn word.
He knew Bobby was going to say something. I mean, how long can Bobby keep, like, throwing that out there before, like, he gets hurt?
Just wanted to stop by and give you this. Gold Circle Club. $5,000.
In 20s.
Dr. Tara Knowles wants to be on your committee. Here's all her info.
Oh my God. What are you doing?
Future daughter-in-law.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Lucky me. My dead bulbs.
She did bring him.
Gemma just has, like, a certain tone and, like, delivery that just... I don't know where, like... Her intention is hard to read.
Yeah.
Like...
It just all feels scary.
Yeah.
All.
Like, when she's talking in just that, like, regular manner, like, she's really quite horrifying.
Word.
And then, like, she turns it up and she's even scarier where she's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. This does not feel good.
Uh-oh.
Sorry to interrupt your solitude, Mr. Delaney. It's regarding the murder of your wife, Luann Delaney. San Juan sheriffs recently took over jurisdiction of Charming. All of Charming PD's unresolved cases became our responsibility. I'm following up.
Can we just leave Otto alone?
Right. I mean, I feel bad for the poor guy.
He has been through so much.
Traces of semen were
blood on
found in your wife's undergarments.
I don't know what that's about.
The county was finally able to run the analysis, got a match from the system. Robert Munson, known as Bobby Elvis.
No. Oh, wait. Yes, they were fucking around, remember?
Can you tell me anything about their relationship?
Why do you have to do this to Otto?
87.9% actually. The person having sex with the victim is the perpetrator.
Ooh, you're not fucking with the wrong one.
I don't like this.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
It was a gruesome assault. Understand you've been going through some emotional issues. Come back a little later when you feel a bit more settled.
This feels like another stall situation.
It does.
Where it's like they're like pushing the envelope and like really pushing like the ethics of their jobs to like get things done.
Yeah.
It's like they just
That's
lined
awful.
up. Like, what the fuck? I feel so bad for him.
Honestly, he's been through some shit.
And all of it while stuck in friggin' prison. Woo woo!
I feel like they're gonna get caught.
Something bad's about to happen. It definitely feels like it.
You always travel this thick, or expecting heat from the competition?
Just a precaution.
Should we be taking that precaution?
Lobo Sonora doesn't know about our deal.
My like heart rate just started building.
Why do I feel like it's gonna be a head? Oh, okay.
A lot of drugs.
I thought they were gonna like show him like a dead body, like, see, fuck with us, and this could be you.
Give it a safe ride, gentlemen. We'll be up in a few days to check on the operation.
This feels like it's way above my pay grade.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dealing with drugs like this, like, guns are one thing, I guess, but, like, something just feels so much more dangerous with the cartel and the drugs. Obviously, the Irish were always very dangerous and scary, but it's like, this just feels... I think it's just how uncomfortable everyone looks.
Yes.
Everyone's got, like, a look on their face, just like, what the fuck are we doing?
No one's happy about this. Except for Clay. Clay's happy about this. Oh.
Dude. I don't know what is gonna happen. There is so much tension now, and it feels like everyone is just doing this job because of Clay. Like, he's the only, like, you just said it, like, he's literally the only one who feels comfortable with this, like, everyone...
Well, I mean, comfortable.
But like, the look on everyone else's face is literally like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we doing this? Is not what we do.
And
like,
also,
it's written all over their faces.
That's a lot of prison time.
Yeah, that's...
Imagine.
That's forever.
Imagine.
That much?
That would be...
That much?
You're not ever getting out.
No.
You're never getting away from... Like, no.
Yeah, and...
I don't care what lawyer you have.
Especially with
can't even get you out.
Especially with their history.
Yeah.
Like, they're done. And I get really nervous for Bobby because he constantly keeps just throwing it out like, oh, being the mule and being the dealer, it's no different. I don't disagree with him.
No, I believe because, that it is the same thing.
Being in the drug business is being in the drug business. It's just you have a different job than, like, there's roles and jobs within...
You know what Clay feels like right now?
Huh.
I'm the one who knocks.
Oh, I mean, he has that kind of ego, for sure. He does,
right?
But it's also like there's...
Building an empire.
He's also dealing with this insecurity, too, about his hand and his future, because, I mean, they focused on his hand a lot.
But this is very, like, Breaking Bad parallel. Like,
I mean, it is.
Somebody's dying. Somebody's dying out of the club. I mean, he's not literally dying.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, it's just one of those situations where I think he's overcompensating currently because, one, he has this big goal and this eye on the prize about retirement and getting all this money and actually feeling fulfilled with all this time and duty in the club. But on the the flip side, we're very mature here. On the flip side, he's dealing with it seems like he's getting multiple shots. It seems like the shots are happening more often, and it seems like even when he shakes someone,
doing the job,
right? Like his shelf life is getting smaller and smaller as the president of this club. So he's overcompensating in that regard as well. And I think they all know it. I think they all can see it. Yeah. And the way, like, when they were riding with that other charter and the other prez just took off and gave him, like, the middle finger and, like...
That was such a bad look.
Yeah, it was just obvious that Clay was just trying to keep up and prove, like, I'm fine. It's like his handshake was probably so weak for someone to even make that comment. It's like, oh, your grip okay? Oh, it's perfect. It's like... I would imagine Clay, big strong dude, probably has, and especially someone who works on cars and like bikes and all that stuff, like dude's probably got a mean grip. And for him to come in with something weak, it's probably like, oh, what's up with
all that fighting? I imagine that you'd be doing with that fist.
Yeah,
like it's probably gonna wear down on you at some point.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where Clay is in this really difficult spot, and at this point, he's putting his personal goals and future way ahead of the club, I feel like, at this point.
Right.
And the fact that he would get so angry at this Arizona charter for dealing drugs, it's like, hello?
I know, what are you doing?
It's like everything that happened in this episode with that charter feels like something Clay had done himself prior.
But like
is there really a difference? The murder.
You know, like, just because you're transporting it, it's still getting sold.
Right.
So it is the same thing.
I mean, it's just a matter of me handing you the drugs and you handing me the money versus me delivering it to the guy who's going to sell. I think that's the role. I think those are the two positions. Again, we've seen lots of shows with drug dealing and cartels, so I think that's the situation. But it's just funny hearing how this Arizona club has this controversy within it, and like a lifer dude, how long was it? 18 years?
18 years. 18
like
years.
leaves. One of the guys dies right before this vote, and all this stuff goes down. And it's like, Clay,
And he was sleeping with his wife.
haven't you literally done all of that?
Yes, exactly what
Like,
they're describing.
all of it?
Having an affair, we got to kill someone.
And drugs.
And drugs.
Like, obviously, that's very new and fresh in the club, but it's like, yeah, you check every one of those boxes, bud. Hypocrite much? Nah, of course not. He's one of the original. He's Redwood presidents, so of course. That scene at the end felt like lights were going to blast on, sirens were going to start it felt like something really big was going to go down. Maybe it happens on their way out when they actually have the drugs in their possession.
No.
Because the tail wasn't just some random local.
No.
It was homeboy from Charming who's watching them.
Well, and you know, he's trying to tell Romeo, like, oh no, it's just local. It's fine. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
You know he's scared.
Yeah, that whole situation does not feel good, and the fact that they're going to put all of this like coke in their vehicle and drive it back home, actually I don't know where it's going. Where's it going? I forget where it's going. But yeah, it just seems so insane, and just Gemma back home is she's on her normal just high right now, where she knows some shit's up. She's trying to get to the bottom of it. She sees Tara and Piney like getting all buddy, and she continues to just show up at the most perfect time. It is amazing how you can't hide shit from Gemma. Like, it's impossible.
It is.
And I'm concerned that she might take some action on either one of them, Piney or Tara. And because again, she will go to any length. She will do whatever it takes to protect her family, especially like this secret feels like the big whammy, and she will do anything to keep this shit quiet.
And like we said before, Gemma gonna Gemma.
Yeah. This is a little different because, I mean, this information and this truth, I mean, this brings everything to the ground. It tears everything apart. I mean, Jax's relationship with Clay, his relationship with his mom, his relationship with anyone who was even there when it happened, like that whole situation, I mean, I thought the Donna shit was going to be crazy. I thought this vote in the last episode was going to be crazy. If the John Teller truth comes out...
Well, maybe this one's just like dragging it on a little bit so that maybe it will be just as crazy.
Yeah, I mean, potentially. It just feels like that vote just like basically broke the dam down and the water is just flooding and we're just waiting for it to crash. That's like where I feel like we're going. Or we're at the bottom of the mountain and the snowball's just coming for us. And it's just there's so much stuff building between the drug deals, the like JT stuff, the Gemma stuff, the Clay stuff, the Tara, the Piney, like
the DEA,
all of it. Like, and we're not even like you just mentioned it. Like, this isn't even the authorities that are watching them trying to bring them down, and the new authority in Charming, who's even more gung ho than anyone else we've seen that wants to bring them down. That's just themselves. They also have the law crashing down on them. So, I mean, recency bias is a thing. We're in season 4. I feel like this is probably the biggest dilemma they've been in. Probably the biggest conflict. I mean, Zobel was huge. Obviously, the Irish was huge. Yeah. Themselves were big earlier in the show. But, I mean, this feels more complicated and bigger. Because it's so... Like, the fact that they're with cartel shit, like, that just makes this feel so much bigger and scarier for them. And the John Teller stuff is starting to, like... It's starting to become a thing. And it's becoming an issue.
Yes.
So, like... all of this feels bigger and scarier, and it feels more likely that this is the season that the show could, or the club could crumble. But obviously, I mean, there's more seasons. But it's just one of those things where I feel like it's definitely going to hit the fan. I mean, this was episode 4.
Yeah, I know. And how there's 13?
I think there's 14 this season.
14, okay.
I think they added an extra one this season. So, I mean, this feels like I can't even grasp what might be coming because it just all feels absolute chaotic.
Yep.
And just insanity.
Yep.
Any other thoughts?
Not right now.
All right, y'all. Leave your comments. I hope you guys like the setup. Hopefully this is better than the last Sons of Anarchy video.
That one
Sound
was real
should be a lot better.
Yeah.
So as we get the setup in the
still
house.
might be a little echo.
Yeah, we're working on it. But yeah, leave all your comments and we'll see you guys later for the next one. Have a good one. Bye.